What's up, guys? It's Ali from Synapse here, and today we're going to be talking about something really important in your career and something that you're going to have to do if you want to be successful. Okay, guys, stay with me now. I'm talking about learning and the importance of continuous learning as it comes to advancing your career through your life, okay? So stay with me now, and we'll go over why this is so important. The thing is, a lot of people, most, right? You go to school, you go to high school, maybe you go to, if you're fortunate enough, you have some kind of education afterwards, undergrad, postgrad, PhD, multiple PhDs. Some people are, perpetual academics, right? Okay. But more often than not, we have a structured system of learning, and then we're thrusted into the job world, right? And what happens, unfortunately, is that people, as they get busy with their lives, they get busy with their jobs, whether it's 9 to 5 or their business or, family, kids, boyfriend, girlfriend, this problem, health problems, life problems, so much comes in the way of life, right? Where people stop learning. And the art of continuous learning is what is going to separate you from mediocrity to superiority, right? We, as people, are just programmed. We're just programmed to follow the system. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But the smart people, they figure their way out of the system, right? And as you're advancing in your life, as you're advancing in your career, there is nothing more important than continuous learning, okay? You have to force yourself to keep on improving. And the only way to do that is through studying, whether it's literally sitting down and reading, whether it's attending courses, whether it's listening to videos, whether it's learning by doing, whether it's surrounding yourself with mentors and teachers. Whatever the case is, you have to constantly improve yourself. And look, most of us, right, we pick a career path, we find a job, and we go through that job, either continue, through that job or switch path, switch your path along the way into other lines of work and eventually having your own businesses and stuff. And look, for me, I'm always going to preach starting your own business, over starting, especially now in 2024. My sole belief is that, yes, if you have to pay the bills, get a fucking job, right? Get a normal job, do a standard job, work for someone else. But we have all the tools to our disposal right now to start your own business. So that's a side note. That's a sidebar. I'll be always talking about that on this channel. But as you're advancing in your career, right, you want to make more money. You want to advance. You want to get a better job. You want to get promoted and stuff like that, right? Of course, there's skills that you can gain and improve on through your actual line of work. And that can improve in a lot of different ways. But you're still stuck with the rest of the people if you're only advancing your skills in the confines of the hours you're basically paid, right? And what I mean by that. So you work a 9 to 5 job, whatever, as a software engineer, you're only advancing your skills in the 9 to 5 by just doing. That's what everyone else is doing. But if you want to advance at a rate greater than the rest, if you want to get promoted, if you want to go from 30K to 50K to 70K to 100K to 150K to 200K, and if you want that to happen faster, right, you have to put in the hours outside that 5 o'clock. You have to when the other people check out, right, hop on Instagram or go watch TV or sit back and drink a beer, whatever. You got to be learning. You got to be especially while you're young, while you're fresh. Your brain can absorb so much more than older people, right? You got to keep learning. So it's just constantly educating yourself. And I'll tell you guys what I do. I'll tell you what I do and what I want people in my company to do, and what I like to recommend to everybody. I don't read books. For whatever reason, I have ADHD. I was never someone that can finish a book from the beginning to end. But that doesn't mean I don't absorb the content within books in different ways, right? When I was younger, when there was less video content, I was doing a lot of reading. I find authors of books, trending books with topics that appeal to me, whether it's self-growth mentally, or whether it's specific to a certain skill that I'm trying to acquire in my line of work, for my business, whether it's about leadership, management, organization, business ideas, studying, leaders and thought leaders in the industry, people who've done it, studying them as individuals, or studying successful groups, studying successful companies. For me as an entrepreneur, for a business owner, it makes sense to study the growth of a company. It makes sense to study the story of Apple. When I watched Jobs, the movie with Ashton Kutcher, that was 2.5 hours of informal education for me. I was writing mental notes through the whole movie and saying, okay, look what Jobs did. This worked, this didn't. This worked, this didn't. And I was thinking of how I can apply those same concepts to my own company. So I can't stress the importance of learning, enough. It's the most important thing that you can do for yourself as you grow, as you continue to grow in your career, in your life. So if you're a software engineer, just as an example, right? Or if you're a salesperson, do your work, learn a lot, learn from mentors while you're doing the work, doing the code, selling the product, marketing, the service, whatever the case may be, right? Do the work, do the hard-nosed work, do the blue collar, the work that you gotta do, that you earn your income from, right? But after hours, build it in your routine, make it a habit. Make sure the content that you're absorbing on YouTube, content you're absorbing on TikTok, the bookmarks on your notes, the bookmarks on your browser, make sure it's starting to center around topics that are actually going to advance you, right? Whether it's, like I said, like if you're a software engineer, if you're, doing JavaScript and your company's doing just this framework of JavaScript, go and start studying other frameworks, start studying other libraries, start learning other languages like, Python or Java or Scala or whatever the case may be, right? If you're a front-end developer, learn about the back-end systems, learn about the architecture, learn about the servers. Keep on learning, keep on expanding, because like I said, if you become more valuable as an individual, right? And of course, people have to like you, but how do you become more valuable? It's the information that you have inside. It's all the information that you've accumulated inside and how you can apply it in the real world. That's the value that you bring to people, to your customers, to organizations. The more value you can actually provide people, the more money you're going to make, the more successful you're going to be. It's as straightforward as that. It's really as straightforward as that. So focus your attention on accumulating information, accumulating purposeful information, and don't stop. Do not stop. Continue doing this your entire life. I know, school was boring, right? It was a pain in the ass. You know why? Because we were learning about shit that doesn't apply. We were learning about stuff that we weren't interested in. We were being told what information to absorb. There is some pros and cons to it. Obviously, one of the advantages is we just learn the base knowledge to be a functioning citizen wherever we are, right? But as you get older, you have the power to control the information you absorb, right? You can control it. So start absorbing information, accumulate it, right? Build on the information that you're absorbing. Don't let it just go in one ear and out the other. build on it, reinforce it, then start tying things together and start applying it in the real world to help bring more value, right? More value to your customers, if you're, an entrepreneur, or to your employers, to the companies that you're working for. Bring more value. You bring more value, you get paid more, and you'll live a better life. Until next time, guys, Ali from Synapse. We'll catch you later.